Hello, degree first sem students. Today we are going to discuss the English model paper, and it is the latest model paper. I have given the complete question paper along with the solutions, and I have read out the answers for you. It's not that you cannot read on your own. The only thing is when you listen to them, the sound effect and the visual effect will impress on your memory. That's the only reason I read out the answers for you. So listen to them attentively, try to understand them, and memorize the answers. Okay, let's get started. So we all know in English there are two sections of questions, section A and section B. Section A deals with the grammar question, that is objective type of question, and it is comprised of 20 marks. So you are supposed to answer any 5 of the given 8 questions. 8 questions will be given and you are supposed to answer any 5 of them. And each question has 4 bits in it. So all of you get familiarized with the pattern of the question. So first one, identify the roots of the given words. The given words are paragraph and uncountable. So if you take paragraph, you can divide it into two words, para and graph. So para is the suffix and graph is the root word. And if you move on to uncountable, you can divide it into three parts, un, count and able. Un is the prefix and able is the suffix. So what is the root word? It is count. Next question. Could you get me dash kilogram of tea, please? Write the correct article. So you all know that there are three articles, a, an, and the. A is the indefinite article, and an also is the indefinite article, and the is the definite article. So what is the correct answer here? It will be A. Can you get me a kilogram of tea, please? Because it is consonant. K is a consonant sound. So before consonant sounds, you will get A, and before vowel sounds, you will get an. Sounds only. Students, all of you remember, it is not the letters. Sometimes the sounds are misleading. For example, U is there. U gives, in university, it gives a sound, so it is a, and sometimes it gives a sound like uncommon, like that, it gives a vowel sound. So all of you please learn the exceptions in the articles. Move on to the third question. Count dash, add a suffix. So what suffix you can add? You can add able. Okay, countable, it becomes a countable, or less also you can add, countless also is the right answer, students. Fourth question, the students seem to be restless. Write the type of noun. So students is underlined, so what type of noun is it? So it is a common noun. So students, man, girl, boy, animals, furniture, these are all common nouns. So hope all of you have learned the nouns, different types of nouns. Common nouns, proper nouns, which give you the real names. Names of the person, place, thing and animals are the proper nouns. So in general, it is common noun. So countable and uncountable nouns, you all know it. Abstract and concrete, you have to learn. So second question, answer as directed. Coffee, quantify the uncountable noun to make it countable. We all know coffee is uncountable. So how do we make it countable? A cup of coffee or a mug of coffee will make it countable. Transferable, underline the suffix. So the ending is the suffix and able is the answer. So you have to write able here. Secret, write the adverb form. Adverbs are the words which describe the verbs or actions. So answer is secretly. How did he do the work? He did secretly. So ly is the blind rule. You can remember, students, almost all the adverbs get ly, except fast and hard, they will not get ly. He enjoyed dash, write the pronoun. So what pronoun? Suitable pronoun is himself. He enjoyed himself. All the 6 types of pronouns are very clearly given in a tabular form in your textbook, students. All of you learn them. Third question, answer as directed. I prefer cold drink than tea. So it is not than, it is to. So whenever the word prefer comes, it will be to. My brother is tall than his friend. So answer is taller than his friend. The comparative always takes taller. 3. Dash scope. Add a prefix. It can be a microscope or a telescope. Prefix means which comes before the word. Construct. So write the noun form. It is construction. ION has to be added. Fourth question, answer as directed. I taught dash how to play sitar. What is the answer? Correct pronoun? Myself, or myself. The answer is myself. I taught myself how to play sitar. Sorry for the spelling error, students. It should be PLAY. Write the noun form of the exam. The word exam becomes a noun if TION is added or NATION is added. Examination. Disagreeable. Write the root word. Again, root word divided into three parts. You will get the root word, and the root word is agree. Dis is the prefix, able is the suffix, agree is the root word. Phone, write two words using the given words. Telephone, cell phone, or any other words you can write, students. Next question. India won the World Cup in 1983. Write the type of noun. So type of the noun you have to write here. So India, what type of noun? It is a proper noun because it's the name. The narrator met dash girl during his train journey. Write the article. Again, the answer is a girl. Dash apology, honest or sincere. What is the right collocations? Collocations, all of you have to study, students. So the right answer is sincere apology. Dash Andaman and Nicobar Islands are close to India. Write the article, and the article is the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Here you also have to learn, students, where some of the nouns do not take the articles. The zero articles you have to learn very clearly. Just learn them by heart. Sixth question, answer as directed. The mayor will dash the award. She gave me a dash for Diwali. Fill in the blank with suitable homograph or the same word. Homographs are the same word, spellings and the pronunciation also are same. So you have to learn homonyms, homophones and homographs, students. And here the answer is present. This is the same word with same spelling. So that becomes a homograph. The mayor will present the award. She gave me a present for Diwali. Here it is a verb and here it is a noun. Dash peacock is in danger of extinction. Write the article. The peacock is in danger of extinction. Dash bread. Quantify the given noun. A slice of bread or a loaf of bread will be correct. The task is dash, urgent than all others. This is an irregular comparative. So write the correct form of the adjective. It is more urgent than all others. Next question 7. What kind of food do you like the most? Punctuate the sentence. So punctuation, you all know there are 10 punctuations. The capital letters, full stops, comma, inverted commas and all. So the answer is here the capital letter. What kind of food do you like the most? Since it's a question, you have to put a question mark here. Rahul is a kind boy. Write the type of the noun. So this is the type of the noun, Rahul. So what type it is? A proper noun. Of all the boxes, the black one is the heaviest. Change the sentence into comparative. It is in superlative degree. You have to change it into comparative. So the answer is the black one is heavier than all the boxes. Always comparative takes ER and than. D. Lead is heavier than all other metals. Change it into superlative. And the answer is lead is the heaviest metal. The superlative always takes the and est. Most. Irregular ones takes most. But here est and the are very important, students, in superlative degrees. Eighth question. Answer as directed. The ship sustained heavy damage. Punctuate the sentence. The ship sustained heavy damage, capital letter and full stop here, student. This is actually out of syllabus, students, but in the previous examination papers I have seen the punctuation was also asked. That's why I have included here, but it is not necessary that punctuation should be asked. Accommodation, correct the spellings. So spellings also you have to learn here. C double M. My bungalow is larger than her. Write the correct pronoun. Pronoun. 6 types of pronouns I told you, students, that you have to learn. So my bungalow is larger than hers. He is a man of heavy or few words. Write the correct adjective. So it's a collocation, few words. He's a man of few words. So that is section A, students. 8 questions are given and you are supposed to answer any 5. So let's move on to section B. So section B, there will be 4 question students with an internal choice, 9A or B, 10A or B, 11A or B, 12A or B. All the 4 units are covered in this type of questions, student. So you have to learn all the 4 units without leaving any unit. And you are supposed to answer any 4, either 9A or 9B or 10A or 10B. Like that you have to select and answer the questions. Let's solve the answers, students. So answer any 4 in about 200 to 300 words each. Sometimes I might have given short answers, students, but you have to extend them because 15 marks are allocated. At least 1.5 page answer you have to write. So try to extend the answers, add your own points. The first question, the Swadeshi movement launched during the freedom struggle urged Indians to boycott British products and to rely on local ones. Discuss what relevance the poem may have in this context. This is the first poem, The Bazaars of Hyderabad. So let's move on to the answer. In the Bazaars of Hyderabad poem uh, is written by Sarojini Naidu and it is a balanced blend of materialism and spiritualism. Sarojini Naidu was a gifted artist and was a committed freedom fighter too. So freedom fighter, the element of patriotism is included in this poem. So you can extend this freedom fighter element, student, so that you can write a longer answer. This poem was written when the Swadeshi movement was in full swing before independence. With her oratorial skills, that means speaking abilities, she moved many into the movement for independence. The call was to boycott foreign goods. In this poem, she gives a call. In order to instill patriotism in every Indian, every available means was exploited to the core. Sarojini Naidu's poetic talent came handy. So, she being a poet, she wrote this beautiful poem. She describes Indian wares so artistically that the readers are at once drawn to them. Their beauty, traditional value, quality, etc. have a significant relevance in promoting the local goods. Next answer. Next question. What are the instances in the story where it is evident that both the narrator and the girl are blind? How do they try to mislead each other? Do they succeed? This is from the lesson The Eyes Are Not Here. So Ruskin Bond is a creative artist of international reputation. He is a voluminous writer of great value. His style is gripping and narration is absorbing. His works impress the young and the old alike. The present story, The Eyes Are Not Here, depicts an interesting meeting between a young man and a young girl. The young man understands that a girl is boarding the train. You remember by the noise of the slippers, he understands that a girl is boarding the train. He is traveling on. He is excited. He is anxious to know how she looks. Yet he says she has an interesting face. He is in fact blind. She too is visually impaired. Yet they try to mislead each other. They are successful in tricking the other into believing they can see. So how do they try to mislead each other? You have to select the sentences from the textbook, students. So the instances where it is evident that they are blind are: the girl says, I didn't know anyone else was here. The narrator says, I didn't see you either. Second instance, the narrator says to himself, had she noticed already that I could not see? So he gets a doubt. I faced it, making a pretense of, and more. So these are the lines you have to pick up from the textbook, students. So do they succeed? How did they succeed? They pretend to see the beautiful hills of Mussoorie in October. The narrator sees, I have put it in apostrophes, students, so that that means he's pretending. So the narrator sees out of the window and says, the trees are moving. He says her face is interesting. They succeed thus in misleading each other. The narrator particularly covers up his disability quite a number of times. He describes the beauty of hills, moving trees, and her face. So the narrator is an imaginative person. Evidence to this effect in the story is aplenty. That means there are many examples in the story. He knows well he has a game to play with a new fellow traveler. He says that the high pitched voice must be that of her aunt. We see the narrator's resourcefulness quite often. So he just listens to the sound and he starts imagining. It appears that both of them were successful in misleading each other. Next question. Describe what happens when the girl gets off the train. So, in the story, the eyes are not here. Ruskin Bond explains an interesting encounter between a young man and a girl. Before she gets off the train, she stands quite close to him. The perfume from her hair is tantalizing. Tantalizing means very attractive and tempting. The narrator feels like touching her hair. Just then she moves away, but the perfume lingers on. Lingers on means stays on. At the doorway, there is some confusion when she's getting off. A passenger just boarding the train mumbles an apology to the alighting girl. Mumbles an apology means maybe he has stumbled or he might have come in her way. Ruskin Bond is a creative genius. He has a deep understanding of human nature. The narrator eagerly inquires about the girl. So when she gets off, the narrator starts inquiring with the new fellow traveler. Next question. Briefly explain or annotation. Annotations also can be asked. Students, all of you get ready. The meaning of the following lines with reference to context. So reference to context, you have to mention from which poem or which lesson those lines are taken and who is the author without forgetting. Otherwise, you will lose marks. So the first line, but make allowance for their doubting too. Remember from which poem this line is taken? Okay. The above line is taken from the poem If, written by Rudyard Kipling. This poem is popular all over the world for its excellent message. It is didactic. Didactic means what? Teaching morality. When somebody teaches or tells anything to follow, it is didactic. In nature, the speaker, who is the speaker? The father is the speaker. Advises the listener. Who is the listener? The son is the listener. So the speaker advises the listener not to lose trust in himself. When others doubt him, he should carefully consider others' doubts of himself, though. So he has to think why people are doubting and what kind of clues are there for the people to doubt. Second line, and yet don't look too good, not too wise. So remember this line? So the above line also is taken from the poem If, written by Rudyard Kipling. It gives instruction to his son. One should cultivate good traits or good habits, yet he should not exhibit his good nature. He should not talk too wisely and maintain low personality. This is the advice given by the poet to his son. How does Ulysses describe Ithaca and his people? What is his attitude towards his subject? Remember the poem Ulysses? Yeah. Ulysses the King is the speaker in Tennyson's poem with the same title. The title of the poem is also Ulysses. He is the king of Ithaca, but he has least interest in the materialistic world. He describes his kingdom as a rocky island. He says that it is barren. He calls his people uncivilized. He terms them a savage race. Sorry for the spelling, students, it is savage. He adds that they lead a mechanical life. They just talk things, eat and sleep. For them, to breathe is to live. But for Ulysses, rest from travel is death. To shine in use is what he prefers. Ulysses' subjects are presented to us as a large group of drones who do nothing but eat and sleep. Drones are the male flies. Okay, so they just eat and sleep. So he's complaining about his subjects. Ulysses tells us more about why sitting around doling out rewards and punishments bores him. We learn that he is a restless spirit who doesn't want to take a break from roaming the ocean in search of adventure. He will not let life pass him by. So this is his wish. Next question. What does the author mean when he says that bad temper is infectious? You remember from which lesson it's taken? On saying please. So, A.G. Gardiner says bad manners probably do more to poison the stream of the general life than all the crimes committed in the history. In his interesting piece on saying please, he enumerates ways to promote civility. He first lists the instances where bad temper spoils the day. He says with proof that bad manners are infectious. He cites the liftman's experience in this context. Once bad temper catches others fast, it spreads far and wide. He says that a wife beaten by her otherwise good natured husband can make any person suffer from that impact. So, bad temper is thus infectious, it is carried on. He also opines that the law cannot become the guardian of our private manners. No decalogue. Decalogue means the 10 commandments in the Bible could cover the vast area of offences, and no court could administer a law which governed our social civilities, our speech, the tilt of our eyebrows, and all our moods and manners. Tilt of our eyebrows, the expression on our face, the annoyance, irritation expression. Uh, all those, adversely affect the other persons. Next question. What does the poet accuse time of? What quality does the poem associate with time? Do you remember from which poem this question is prepared? So, John Milton, the master of grand style, is one of the most popular poets in English. His sweet sonnet on his having arrived at the age of 23, that is the poem's name, students, is philosophical, devotional, and artistic. Uh, he accuses time of theft. He charges time with stealing his youthful years. Time, the subtle thief, flies fast on her wings. Time and tide wait for none. Flying non-stop at her constant pace is her prime quality. Places, seasons, persons, etc. do not impact time's movement. So time is not affected by all these factors. It is believed that Milton wrote this poem immediately after he graduated from Cambridge University. The poem reflects his state of mind then. He ponders over his past performance. He regrets that his 23 years have elapsed without much productivity or any activity. Last question. Why did Gandhi not talk at meetings? What did people think of his silence? This is taken from the lesson Shyness is My Shield. So, Shyness, My Shield lists instances of Gandhi's failures to speak in public. His shyness was a stumbling block to his performances. In this article, he describes his hesitancy to speak in public. Gandhi was elected to the executive committee of the Vegetarian Society in England. He attended every meeting of it. He felt the need to speak on his part, but he was always tongue tied. Shyness came in his way of speaking. So people called him. What did the people think of his silence? People called him a drone. That means a male fry. He appreciated that banter. Banter is some mockery. Some people teasing. Teasing words are called as banter. So he accepted it. He appreciated that banter even though. Yet he remained silent most of the time. He overcame it after a long time. You can add your own points to this question, students. I have given two extra questions so that they will be helpful for you. Just pay 2 more minutes of your attention, students. Explain the meaning and significance of the following lines. Yet all experience is an arch where through gleams that untraveled world whose margin fades forever and ever when I move. So the above line is taken from the poem Ulysses written by Alfred Tennyson. Ulysses has a hungry heart. He has seen and traveled across a lot of world. He fought many battles, yet his experience makes him see the vast untraveled world. As he moves, the edge of the world to be seen shifts further. So to be seen is much wider than the seen. Means the things which he has seen is compared to be seen a very less. So still he wants to go on adventures. Second line, made weak by time and fate, but strong in will to strive to seek to find and not to yield. Very, very important line, students. The last line of the poem. So the above line is taken from the poem Ulysses written by Alfred Tennyson. Remember the authors' names, all of you, most of the students I find them writing spelling errors with the authors. So Ruskin Bond, one student wrote Risking Bond. So please maintain, be very, very cautious about your spelling, students, especially the authors. So the above lines are the concluding lines of the poem and are quoted quite often. Tennyson is a poet of indisputable reputation. His artistic piece continues to attract critics' attention even after more than 180 years of its publication. Through these lines, Tennyson presents the spirit of the speaker. Body may become weak with time, but will become stronger. We must strive, seek, find, and not yield. And the last question, what is the significance of Chesterfield's anecdote to the author's argument? A.J. Gardiner's creative composition on saying please abounds in anecdotes. The full lesson is full of events. Anecdotes means life experiences. Chesterfield's anecdote is one such instance. It is sweet and significant. Once a boor means very unruly person, mannerless person. Once a boor said to Chesterfield on a narrow, muddy road, I don't give ways to scoundrels. But Chesterfield replied, I always do, said Chesterfield with a bow into the road. This retort taught that uncivilized man a lesson he would never forget. Chesterfield, too, with his wit, enjoyed a sweet revenge. Gardiner suggests this kind of retaliation to the liftman to endorse. So the author gives the liftman an advice because liftman is very disturbed. You remember he was accused and he was penalized because he wanted good manners from the persons. So all the best students for your examination. Do well in your examination. And if you have any queries, please don't hesitate to put them in the comment box. I will be there with you. Thank you. Thanks for watching. And if this tutorial had made sense, please like, share, and do not forget to subscribe. That means a lot for me. Okay, bye bye for now, and let's meet up in the next video. Bye, take care.